Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Contagion, issue number 4. This was a pretty fun comic book with one major flaw, but that still worked. Anyway, guys, I'm going to tell you 5 things about this comic book, including that one thing I was talking about, after we talk about who made the comic book with this totally awesome opening. I just love it. I love that opening. This week, that's not one of the things. All right, so writer Ed Brisson, artist Damian Gaucero, sorry, did the best I could, colorist Veronica Gandini, letters VC's Corey Petit, cover artist Juan Jose Ripe and Jesus Abertov, and variant cover artist Rian Brown. All right, my peeps. So, number 1 on this list, on your 6. It's not quite on your left from the MCU, but this was actually kind of cool. This is a fun one. Wrecker's an absolute jackass, and here's this monster right in front of him, and that should be at your 12, or you just say dead ahead right in front of you. Hey, monster, trying to eat me here. Hey, stupid, anything. But on your 6, sorry, anybody who's not familiar with this, you look at time around you as a clock. You always go by the facing of the person who you're trying to talk to. So you don't, like if you're talking to someone who's looking at you, you are on their 12 o'clock. All right. Meanwhile, you're looking at their 6. You're looking past them, behind them. So yeah, 6 is behind on a clock. 6 is behind. You're always facing your 12, no matter which way you're facing. That is your 12 o'clock. So that was just really fun and annoying at the same time. But the Wrecker's a jackass. What are you gonna do? Let's talk about number 2 on this list, and that is Elektra got. Dude, wow. She's in this, and she was all like tough in the previous issue, and all of a sudden, blah. Now it makes sense how she got, but I mean, like, dude, so quickly. Maybe introduce her an issue earlier so we can at least get an issue of her whooping some ass. I mean, it's Elektra, for crying out loud. Between the previous issue and this issue, she had about 4 panels before she suddenly became green gooped. Anyway, so my number 3 on this list. What is that thing that Yoda said about, why you fail? Anyway, Jessica Jones is not a leader. That is why this team fails. For some reason, these jackasses, since she was hurt, facts don't care about your feelings, okay? Neither do giant green goopy things, okay? Nobody cares about your stupid freaking feelings. Nobody cares. Jessica Jones is an emotional wreck. That's all she is, like her whole life. I wouldn't trust Jessica Jones. I wouldn't count on her to be at a freaking birthday party, even if it's her own kid's birthday party. You get what I'm saying? I wouldn't trust her to get there on time or to be sober by the time she finally did get there, if she even showed up. That's who she is. That's what she is. She's a wreck. Hey, you can count on her to have her heart in the right place eventually, but at the end of the day, you can't count on her. You can't trust her. You hire her to be a bodyguard, you're going to wind up getting in a lot of criminal trouble, and you're probably going to wind up getting killed in the process because she's just a freaking wreck. The idea that they allowed her to intimidate them into making her the leader, absolutely ridiculous. And I promise you, that is the reason why this team failed so miserably. Let's talk about number 4 on this list. What do you call it? Tarantula being completely useless. Wow. I was so excited to see Tarantula because, like, we never get to see this dude. Actually, I think it's Black Tarantula specifically. But, dude, and then he didn't even have a speaking line, I don't think, except, ah! That doesn't count. I was so sad at that. Finally, let's talk about number 5 on this list. Moon Knight seems to be the key to the whole situation. This thing's got a whole bunch of minds in it, and Moon Knight, well, has a whole bunch of minds in him. Cool. So he figures, if this thing absorbs me, I'll be able to figure things out. Maybe that'll work. Maybe not. At the end of the day, though, I have been thinking to myself that Ben Grimm just needs to go, and that was my idea, was have Ben Grimm just go and talk to this thing. But this thing's been trying to communicate, but nobody's actually been giving it time. Since Ben and on, everything this thing is known is violence. It was created to be a violent tool, a weapon, essentially a small-time WMD, right? So I was always thinking this is going to wind up ending with Ben, who's immune to this thing, having a conversation with it. No, it turns out it's probably going to wind up being Moon Knight. Maybe it really will be Ben. Either way, I think talking to it was the right answer. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.